Flappers, hold on to your pantses. This is going to be a Shenhe video. I know she's not out yet, but there's a lot we need to talk about, so let's get to that. First and foremost, for Shenhe, it's known that she is a support. It's been said many times, even during the live stream, she is a support. Now, in the case of support characters, there are two categories. So for people who are watching, are you able to tell the two types of supports in the game? They're quite big categories, essentially. Now, I'll give you guys 2 seconds. 3, 2, and of course, yes, those would be our universal supports and dedicated supports. Now, what does that really mean? So with universal supports, there are characters like Zhongli, like Kazuha. These characters, while they have specific teams that they could be slotted into, or you can say meta teams that they're best slotted into, they're also capable of being slotted, just slapped into random teams to facilitate whatever that is needed. So when we give value to certain characters, when you say like, wow, this character is amazing, it's really good. I don't want to say like must pull because that's like taboo, right, at this point. But when you say a character is amazing or a support is amazing in this case, more often than not, you are talking about universal supports. Now, with the case of Shenhe, it's pretty obvious that she is going to wound up as more of a dedicated support. Now, that's not to say dedicated supports are not as good. They're usually just less frequently used in a variety of teams, but for the teams that they are used in, they are absolutely phenomenal. Now, these supports often come with quite a bit of restrictions, and at times straight up just don't function when not placed in certain teams. But like I said, when they are given the tools to succeed, oftentimes they will be in top tier meta teams as well. So what I wanted to do is just to let you guys understand, don't let the usability of a character dissuade you from whether you want this character or not, because at the end of the day, characters can be powerful regardless of how universal they are. A good example of this would be someone like Zhang Ling, right? Put her in the right teams with Bennett and let her succeed as she was designed to do, as opposed to forcing her into teams that she simply don't work in and watch her fail miserably. At this point, everyone should know that Genshin is a game that's more about mix and matching, finding the right teams for yourself to enjoy. The game itself isn't so difficult as that you need meta teams. So now back to the problem with Shenhe. Is she a universal or a dedicated support? I think at this point, many of you may be already scratching your head a little bit. Well, technically, she's more of a dedicated support, right? Because she is almost exclusively cryo restricted. Now, you would be correct, right? Shenhe is designed to facilitate cryo main DPSs, and I do know that they did mention she has the capability to slightly support physical damage carries as well. So does that mean she can be considered a universal support? I don't think so. All right, with the case of Shenhe, I do think she is designed for mainly cryo with a touch of physical damage. So another thing I want you guys to focus your attention to is also Shenhe's weapon. Now, the thing with Shenhe's weapon is that it's pretty obvious, right? I made a video talking about it. MiHoYo is pushing Shenhe to be a character that just purely stacks attack percentage. And this is not even a question at this point. Look at the base attack stat of this weapon, and then look at the percentage scaling of said weapon. Now, it wouldn't be surprising to me if Shenhe is a character that stacks either double attack in sands and headpieces or triple attack in sands, goblet, and headpieces. I am not going to be surprised whatsoever. And another thing that you guys should be considering is with the introduction of triple geo teams, I've been saying this for like 2 patches now. MiHoYo is trying their hardest to make triple, or as you guys could call it, mono elemental teams. When I say mono, I'm not saying it's quadruple. I'm saying the triple teams are going to be something that MiHoYo continues to incentivize and develop. They want more dedicated teams. And let me ask you guys a question, right? If you guys have triple cryo, who are you going to bring? Let's just assume Shenhe is definitely in here. Who else are you gonna bring? Because from what it looks like, right, people who are more free to play, more casual players might not have Ayaka and Ganyu, but for those people who do have Ayaka and Ganyu together in a team along with Shenhe is going to be such an eye-opening experience. Now, what is the 4th character going to be? Now, you guys might think Bennett. you guys might think, what about Diona for quadruple, right? I'm gonna go off on a limb and say that it's gonna be Kokomi, my friends, right? The fourth character in a triple cryo team more than likely should be Kokomi, because not only do you need the healer, you also need the hydro application for that perma freeze team, because let's be honest, freeze teams right now are the creme de la creme when it comes to cryo meta teams. Yes, melt teams do exist. I'm not ignoring the fact that melt team exists. I'm just saying most people would prefer a freeze team over a melt team if they could, and that's where Kokomi's value comes in. Now, let this all just be some food for thought, because honestly speaking, I think there's a lot of different things you can do with Shenhe, and she's not going to be strictly restricted to like a triple cryo team. But I'm just saying, man, MiHoYo's trying to force us to play different playstyles, and at this point, I don't know how you guys are gonna go forward, whether you want to play the team that MiHoYo is edging us towards, or you want to develop something different for yourself. So now begs the question, do you need Shenhe? Now, okay, we're getting into the territory of very personalized decisions here, okay? Who needs Shenhe? In my honest opinion, people who are playing cryo carries may or may not even need this character. Now, the thing with most cryo carries currently is that they are absolutely disgusting when they are paired in their proper teams. Ganyu is able to hit by herself for like 70,000 damage. Like, realistically, do you need more than that? And also with Ayaka, she has a well-matured team currently that is designed to completely crush Abyss. So here is a scenario where you likely will need Shenhe, right? As you guys may know, the fourth slot in a lot of these double cryo teams could sometimes be difficult to pair, and as Ayaka has someone like Diona or someone like Rosaria to flex for her to complete that double cryo requirement, and in the case of Rosaria with Ayaka, you likely have many flexible teams that you can pair and mix match to make sure that you not only get the freeze you want through either Kokomi or Xingqiu, that you can also pair that double cryo flex through either Diona or Rosaria. Now, with the case of Ganyu, oftentimes you do have someone like Zhongli in the party, and the healer is preferred to be someone like Diona, but oftentimes you can run with Bennett as well. But it's here that you quickly will start to see that Shenhe's presence could be a big bonus, right? That double cryo in a Ganyu team certainly could see the usage of someone like Rosaria. Just slap Zhongli into the support DPS position or somewhat, still bring Bennett, and also bring someone like Shenhe straight into the support position. Now, this team starts to get a little scary and wacky depending on how much Shenhe can facilitate Ganyu's damage output. Can your 70,000 damage turn into 100,000 damage, an extra 30k? That is like 50% bonus, almost 50, like 40%, right? So maybe not that much. At a certain point, I would just look at this and consider, is this just excessive damage? Or am I going for excessive damage to the point where I don't even need this much? Or am I preparing something for the future? Now, do know that MiHoYo is still continuously developing their meta, and Shenhe could just be the piece of a new puzzle that MiHoYo has essentially opened up for us here. Certainly, she's going to be able to help our current cryo characters, but realistically, I feel like most cryo characters don't need this additional buffing. I do note there are still characters coming out in the future who we have no information about. However, I don't think you guys should pull for this character just because you want to future-proof, especially if you're a free-to-play player. With all that said, this is all speculation, people, and of course you are free to comment whatever you want below, because if you tune into my live stream, you would know these kind of videos would mean absolutely nothing if it doesn't at least spark some sort of discussion, whether good or bad. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so very much, and wish everyone pull the exact character they want with one single pull. All right, with that said, stay safe and peace.